Live from the floor, it's Maya.
Yippee!
There we go. Maya, what's the weather like down there?
Cold.
Ah.
Maya, louder.
Cold.
Joseph, are we ready to be zombified
They're not zombies.
by the rage virus?
They're not zombies.
They're like zombies.
They're not zombies.
They're zombie enough.
They die if you just hit them in the head really hard.
So do zombies.
They die if you shoot their leg and their femoral artery bleeds out.
That's fine.
Yeah. Yeah, but I you got to get that out the way because every fucking person in the goddamn world goes, the zombies in 28 days later aren't fucking zombies. They're people with rabies. Talking about 28 years later. No fucking... No funny, quirky intro. No...
Oh my
Nothing.
god.
Nothing. We're talking about 28 years later. Came out 28 years after the original. Is that true?
That's not true.
Can't fact check it.
I can fact check it. I know that's not true.
I can fact check it.
No, you can't.
True.
It's not true.
It's true to me.
What makes you say it's not true?
Because you said that in the theater, you said it started in 2000.
Yeah,
So that means that the movie that we watched takes place in 2028?
it could.
I don't think so.
It could.
I disagree with you, sir. Wholeheartedly.
Yeah. I think the original came out. Maya, make up a year, but what year did the original one come out in?
2000.
There we go.
That sounds
Hey, she
roughly
said it.
right.
She said it, so it must be true.
That sounds roughly right.
If you ignore make up a year.
Okay.
Yeah, so
1997.
there we go. 28 years later.
That's okay.
28 years later.
I'd never seen the original, so going into this, I literally asked Joe, I haven't seen any of them. Do I need to know about it? And he's like, they'll cover it.
And it didn't.
It kinda.
Well, because none of the characters from the first one come. Well, I mean, none of them. There's no recurring characters in any of them.
Mm-hmm.
Like, at all.
Yeah.
So, are you really, like, in the first movie, I'm going to tell you right now, you're going to be confused. Because it just starts. Like how this one just starts, that's how the first one goes. It just starts.
Yeah, but what I need to know is the information between that.
There is no information between
It's
that
like,
that isn't
you know.
covered in the...
Well, like how you told me that there are people that are immune to it.
Yeah, they said that.
They did not.
They said the magic of the placenta.
Okay.
Yeah.
But that's not what they went over. That's not the information that you told me in the car.
It's the magic of the placenta.
That was interesting. I loved Ralph Fiennes in this movie.
Yeah, he's only in it for 20 minutes.
He's in like the back third.
I timed it. It was like...
Well, I had my watch out. I was looking too.
Yeah, it was like about 20 minutes. Actually,
It was a little more than 30. He
yeah,
was in it for a little while.
it was more 30.
He was in it about as much as Aaron Taylor Johnson at the beginning.
You know, this movie's not long, but it feels long.
It was kind of long. It was like hour 50.
Hour 55.
I wonder how much credits we skipped. Because like we probably missed like 5-10 minutes of credits.
I would say 10 minutes. I think credits nowadays are mostly 10 minutes.
So probably like you got like a cool hour 40 of movie.
Yeah, that's back in the day normal movie.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. But it felt like over 2 hours.
Yeah.
Because there's just so much happening. And then it's like fast, slow, fast, slow.
Yeah.
All right, Joe. What are things that you liked about it? What are things that you didn't like about it?
Things that I liked is that it is very much it's in its own style. You know?
Yeah.
It sticks to what it is, and then
I have my notes.
it doesn't let go. Notes is fine, but if I see you like, alt tab on that, kicking your ass. See, I don't like that.
Started
Kicking-
dragging the other
yeah.
tabs. Beep.
Yeah.
I only took 4 notes this time. If I show you my notes from Karate Kid Legends, I took 12 notes. Well, no, 15 notes.
It's I was gonna say it's triple, but it's a little bit more.
In this one, I took 4.
Yeah. Yeah. So I liked its style. I didn't necessarily like its style. I like that it stuck to its style. This is a movie that was made a certain type of way, and it is entirely in its way.
Yeah.
You know,
So
things I didn't like. I didn't like the style. I think it was a bit much in certain places. It was just weird. There was a lot of weird edits, weird things that were like. There was like in the beginning, there was a lot of cutting to like old English movies.
Yeah, I didn't understand that. There was a lot of like. So I wrote in my notes that there was a lot of like jarring editing, like a lot of like jarring editing, and I know it's intended, but for me it missed the mark.
Yeah.
Because like it's so jarring that instead of like making you feel like, oh, what's going on, you're like, what's going on? You're like, what's going on with this movie?
Not like what's going on in an intriguing way, but like what's going on actually.
Yeah, like what am I watching?
Yeah.
Because it's like it happens a lot. So Aaron Taylor Johnson takes his son out into the mainland
of infected England,
and their the whole little civilization lives on a little island.
Yeah.
But they go out. I thought that they would go out to get material.
They just went out.
They went out. He killed 2 zombies, and then they got a frisbee.
Yeah.
And then they left the spoons.
Yeah.
Here's my problem with it. If it really was like they go out to like scavenge and stuff, like it's fine. Like I'm like, oh, okay, interesting.
Yeah.
They weren't acting like it. Like if you were really like trying to survive, you would take everything you can.
Yeah.
You would take the wood cabinets. You would take the fucking spoons so that you could melt them down to make more things out of metal.
Yeah.
Like you use that shit.
There was, because he said he used to be a forager. That was what he used to do. And they look like they were the ones that actually, like, they go in a group, and it looks like they're the ones who, like, you know, get the supplies, I guess.
Yeah, yeah.
But then I guess now he's a hunter. So is his job just to kill 2 or 3 zombies and then dip? That
but you
seems
think hunter is in like the deer,
yeah,
not the zombies. What are you doing with that?
but also it's like you only kill like 2 or there's only 2 of you going,
Yeah.
right?
And you take about 10 arrows.
Yeah.
So, you know.
2 of you going, you take 10 arrows, and then you fucking go back.
And the French are already, and the Europeans are already sending boatloads of dudes with guns.
They're not sending them in.
Well, they do like,
They do like the patrols.
The patrols are on the beaches.
Yeah.
But, because it's a quarantine zone.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, they're probably killing a few when they're on the outskirts, you
Taking
know?
little pot shots.
Yeah.
I would take pot
They're
shots.
probably killing as many as they are when they're
Yeah.
and they're safer. What they're doing is they're adding unnecessary danger into their society by going, we're gonna go out and I'm gonna show the kid around.
Yeah.
He's gonna shoot a couple zombies.
Because also, I think I don't know. I this is what I got, but I think they go alone. You know, they don't normally go in pairs. The hunters.
Oh, really?
Because it was the first time that the son was going out, so that's why the dad was with him.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
but you don't think they send parties of people out?
I mean, it was just 2 guys, a kid and a grown up.
But we never see another.
We also never see another
outing.
Yeah, another outing or another hunter, like, because see, it's like
I'm sure the old man making the arrows at the beginning was one at one point.
Yeah,
and then he rode the little bicycle.
Proper English guy. That guy.
He was.
Oi, everybody, wrap it up. It's time for tea.
It was so funny.
Yeah, but I don't know. See, because it's the thing. It's. I want more to be explained to me. I was like, for God's sakes, give me some fucking exposition here. I don't need to see these.
It could use a little bit.
Yeah.
Now,
at the very least, like their society. Like you don't have to explain to me like the whole fucking virus thing. You don't have to explain to me how they evolved. I would have liked it, but you don't have to explain it to me. But tell me how your island works.
Well, they had the kids learning, and then on it they had the wall showed all the jobs.
Yeah,
but we don't really get to see all them in action.
Yeah,
like we really see like
the people, the sentries who are in the guards.
Watch. Yeah, like the
and they're important. They have to be there all day, and they cannot lose eyesight of the horizon.
They always have to watch it.
Yeah,
and then there's like the bakers and the cooks and the stuff like
that. The teachers, the foragers. The foragers, I thought were like, but see, it's because he was part of a forager group and they go out with bows and arrows. But I'm more like, they went so far to forage.
Well, foraging is more like berries and plants and things.
But I think they go for supplies because there's also the lumber mill, the lumber stuff. So I think the foragers also get the lumber. I think they go.
Yeah. Because he showed that whole area where
Yeah.
they chop trees and
He
shit
goes,
down.
"This is this. If you were, he goes something like, if this is where we get the heat
No,
from."
you know what? He said this is where you're gonna work one day. So I guess they're still out there.
Yeah. So I don't know. Again, but
We don't get enough context of their way of life to
Yeah.
really get a full picture of it. And I don't know. I think the biggest thing that I did like was I think the kid was a good actor.
yeah,
I think he did
yeah.
for the most part a good job.
Especially at the end, he really fucking buttoned down and put some
He really did.
big boy
And
acting shoes on.
I think Rafe Fiennes and the mom were pretty good.
yeah. Even fucking
Aaron Taylor Johnson.
he was good.
He was fine. Yeah, he was
Yeah.
good. I think he did a good job of like playing like
a fucking
what a deadbeat dad kind of would
Yeah.
be in like
Like
a
you-
zombie apocalypse.
like you could still be a deadbeat dad in this world.
Yeah, he's like cheating on his wife and stuff. And you know what? Here's the thing though, is like
fucking gives his son a proper knuckle round.
I think that's the only real wrong thing. Well, okay, two wrong things.
Yeah.
But we don't know if like him and his wife had the conversation of like you
Yeah.
can see other people because she's clearly dying of cancer.
Yeah.
And I think he knew also.
Yeah, the mom kind of knew. She because at the spoilers from the get go, as always.
Yeah.
But she when she's with the doctor, she's like, I kind of always knew it was cancer, or she says something along.
By the end of that, she's like fully like, yeah, I should have told you it was cancer. I knew it.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
like,
And
I
I'm like,
knew.
so I think he definitely knew, and see, it kind.
He's old enough to know what cancer is. So
He is old enough, but also I don't think he knows what cancer is. He doesn't know what a lot of things are.
there's people in the village that are old enough to know what cancer is. Like,
No, but he doesn't know. Because remember, she goes, I couldn't find someone to explain it to you.
well, I think they didn't want to
Yeah, but
because they
because-
didn't want to hurt him by being like, there's no hope for her.
yeah, so he doesn't know what, like, because he asks, he literally goes, is there medicine for it? Like, he asks questions about cancer.
Yeah, the kid does. Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't think he even knew what the fuck.
I'm talking
was-
about Aaron Taylor Johnson.
Oh, yeah.
I'm saying the dad didn't want to tell him.
Oh,
what it
yeah,
was.
yeah. The dad definitely knew she had cancer.
Yeah, and he just didn't like.
Yeah.
They didn't want to tell the kid because they didn't want to hurt
Yeah.
him.
Well, he didn't want to tell the kid at all. He fucking,
He didn't want to tell the kid anything.
yeah. He's like,
Now
yeah.
here's the other interesting thing about the dad character is like the boasting of your son's achievements and
Yeah.
stuff. It's like that's actually a very real thing that I was like, that's interesting because
Yeah.
the kid is like, I didn't do shit.
Yeah.
I shot one zombie or two.
A crawling slow zombie.
Yeah, and then when it came down to it, I just couldn't do it.
Yeah.
I think what a good dad in that instance would be like, hey, you still shot an arrow,
Yeah.
and you might not have killed the ones that were chasing us,
But
but you
you
buckled
helped-
down
And you helped. You know?
and you tried.
Yeah.
And it's like and he even says, which was fair in the moment, of like, I've known men that freeze in that moment and can't even get an arrow off.
Yeah.
So I think that's fair. But
That-
then him going back
Yeah.
and then being like, my son's the giant killer.
Yeah.
Ah, my son.
Yeah.
It makes your son feel like shit.
Yeah.
Because he's like, I didn't do that and you're lying about me.
Also, kind of a little like co-opting his son's achievements, like going like, my son did this. Like I
I don't feel that part of it necessarily, like, because it's like him being like proud, like, look at what my son did.
Yeah.
But like, I think to the son, that's like, you're lying about what I did, because he
And then-
never really gives off the.
And then he fucking lies all the time.
And then
bro.
he starts boning that young chick
Yeah.
at the
fucking right
at
some sort of church. What are you trying to say?
the hullabaloo. What's a party? What's like a humdinger? What am I thinking?
What the
of?
fuck are you thinking?
A hoot nanny.
Oh my
he was
god.
he was lying on her. He was cheating on her at the hoot nanny.
Yeah.
Maya, don't laugh at me. She's on the floor laughing at me.
I was moving on, and then you just. I
I
was,
don't know what happened.
I was like, you having a stroke?
I have
What is a
breast
stroke?
cancer.
Can we cure that? No,
No,
not in this world.
you would know.
Yeah.
You would know.
Imagine she had like another disease or something,
It was like
some like
mumps.
Yeah.
I don't know. She had chicken pox.
she had chicken. He's like, mom's fucking dying.
They were not tumors. They were just really big chicken pox.
Ugh.
Ew.
Uh,
But yeah, I mean, I do think that I think this movie. I'm conflicted because I think it has equal parts things that I enjoyed versus
Yeah.
equal parts things that I didn't.
I said this to you. I said this movie is fuck ass in the best of ways and in the worst of ways. And what I mean by fuck ass, I mean fucking, it's
Ass fuckers.
it's ass fucker. It's fucking it makes choices that you go, I wouldn't make that choice. That's a little bonehead or whatever.
For me, boneheaded. Oh,
Bone-
sorry, that's the.
Pun intended. I'm looking at the bone temple
There's a
or
big
the bone
tower.
monument.
It's a
Bone remembrance.
yeah, a memento mori.
Yeah. Remember, you must die.
Yes, memento amori.
Remember, you must love.
Memento. I don't know. I can't think of a good one.
What other?
Memento chore. Memento. Remember, you must do chores. Memento snore. Remember, you must snore.
Got one more? Yeah.
Memento hore. Remember to be a whore.
Remember that?
Yeah.
Dude.
That's what Vini Vini Vici is about. I don't know.
Yeah.
There's a lot. Not a lot, I guess, but Ray Fiennes is big into Latin.
Yeah, he says 2 Latin phrases.
He likes them.
Yeah.
Loves them.
Yeah, but in movie talk, a character says a thing twice, he's into that.
Twice, and then a different Latin phrase.
Yeah.
But I think that his character was probably the most interesting character.
Yeah, I agree with you.
You're like, oh, like this is a, like how in old like feudal Japan there were like the doctors that would like roam the battlefields and like.
Yeah. In general, that's like doctors have always been, like, doctors are always associated with death.
Like the plague doctors.
Yeah,
and stuff. He's very plague doctor-y, I guess.
Yeah.
Just covered in yellow iodine.
Doing the hard work that no one wants to do.
Yeah, because Aaron Taylor Johnson's like, yeah, he was burning
Yeah.
the women, the man, and the children.
Yeah. But it's all like, they're all dead.
They're dead, and
Yeah.
they have the disease on
A
them.
highly infectious disease. They're like, if like a single drop of blood or spit gets like in your eye or like in any sort of
if
like
it gets in your system,
it gets in your system any type of way, like 30 seconds you're a zombie.
that's crazy, dude.
Yeah.
And it's like they paint it like Aaron Taylor Johnson's character paints him as like this crazy dude.
Yeah.
And then but then he talks to the old man, and the old man is like, oh, your dad don't like him. He had a bad experience where he saw him once and it scared him.
Yeah.
But then the old man is like, that guy used to be my doctor back in the day.
Yeah. He talked to the old man,
His grandpa?
a grandpa role at the
Oh, I guess you're right, because her grandpa.
Because they call him by his first name.
You're right.
So, but anyways, like he talks to him and goes, "Oh, he's just a doctor,"
Yeah.
And then the dad gives that fucked up like fucking thing with the. But then even in that flashback, I'm like, the guy doesn't look that crazy.
No, he was like, hey, come on down.
Because it's like we're seeing the flashback as he's telling it.
Yeah.
Look.
And you're like, that doctor does not look crazy.
Yeah.
You would understand to burn the bodies.
Yeah.
You have to. There's people in your village that, like, I know there's no doctors. I'm not a doctor.
Yeah.
And I know that if in 30 years after a zombie outbreak and I saw a dude burning bodies, I'm like, oh, that guy's getting rid of the diseased bodies.
But also,
just no.
Yeah. We have like an innate instinct in ourselves to go, that thing is sick, back away, get rid of that.
Yes.
It's a survival instinct. So
Yeah, I mean, a big thing was with the bubonic plague. That was a big, I don't know if necessarily that was the start of it. Maybe in Western society it was. But, like, you have mass disease spreading.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's the biggest way to deal with it. I'm sure that other societies have done that as well.
Yeah.
But, I don't know, there hasn't been a lot of mass plagues passed around too often.
Exactly, yeah.
COVID? Imagine we started burning bodies after COVID. You get COVID, you get burnt in the pile.
I don't remember that.
Huh?
Wait, what did you say?
Imagine if that's what we had to do.
I thought you said remember. I was like,
No.
what fucking castle you lived in?
We were burying damn buckets of people back there.
How many people died in here?
We were just the house that we had the furnace,
Yeah.
Charcoal grill.
That'll take a long ass time.
It would take a long time, but I think that the doctor character for me was the character.
Yeah.
Like that really like
interesting. Well, it's kind of like he's kind of like the central, like not the central character, but he's a character that like
He's what
is built around, like, the main gist of the story is built around going to the doctor.
The kid and the mom are, well, the kid's like, I got to get my mom to
Yeah.
the doctor. And then it's all about the doctor. And you finally meet the doctor, and I think it's a well done payoff of like that doctor character. But then they go and do what they did after.
Yeah.
Which was so strange.
I'm going to save that for the things we would change, because I think
for sure.
I think we both would agree that would be a very big thing I would change.
And the music tone change.
The music is fucking weird.
Yeah.
Everything in this movie is very fucking weird.
You know what's interesting is I think the trailer for this movie sells it amazingly.
Yeah.
And you're like, whoa, what's going on here?
I think the trailer is probably some of the best marketing I've seen.
100%.
And then, people always complain like, oh, they're showing the whole movie. Not at all.
Not at all in this one. The trailer, I think they probably show
like the first out, like not even
stuff
the first
in the first like 30-ish
when
minutes.
they first go out and then they come back.
The skinny zombie is like later in, like maybe towards the middle.
Yeah.
Towards like middle half, middle end. I mean, but like
majority is
again,
like,
that's like a throwaway scene basically.
Yeah. And it's not Cillian Murphy.
It looks like him.
It does, but it's not.
That little stick man.
Yeah, it's just poor guy.
That man's gonna fly away one day.
Yeah.
We gotta be careful. Maya, her eyes are closed. Do you think we gotta tie some metal chains around Cillian Murphy's ankles and attach him to a couple cinder blocks?
Yeah.
Because he's gonna fly away.
He will. He's a skinny little dust.
He's a little piece of dust. Yeah.
You see him this way? Gone.
He goes away. He turns. Cillian, where'd you go?
Yeah. He goes, oh, crack on the floor.
Oops. Oh man, I locked myself at my house. Cillian, can you? And he just like a piece of paper flows under. The skinny king.
Yeah.
Joseph.
Yeah.
I do want to. I think probably for me the worst part of the movie was the editing.
Yeah.
I don't know who edited this. I don't know who was making the editing decisions. Because again, if you're telling the editor to do it, what are they gonna do? Say no. But I think there was like a weird thing. Just we saw the picture of the camera rig they had.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Very jarring.
Do it way too much.
Does a lot, and I don't know if it necessarily
adds anything.
Added what you wanted it to.
Yeah.
Because for me, one thing that you learn in like when you take like film classes and stuff is like in horror movies and things like it or thrillers, to throw off the audience, maybe they'll do a jump cut, maybe they'll do something here or there, but it it takes skill kind of to have it still flow. Like you don't want to pulling you out of the story. You want it throwing you around in the scene kind of. Like you want to still be in the scene, but it's like fucking pulling you fully out of the story.
Yeah.
Like when the mom is like sick at the beginning, like when she's like yelling at the dad being like, he's only 12, he's a baby, you're a baby killer.
You fucking
cunt.
Yeah.
She busted out the C word.
You fucking baby killer.
Yeah, but like in that scene, it's like all the jump cuts is like a single like dead on, and then it like jump cuts to like to the left a little bit and down a little bit, and then it jump cuts again, and then it jump cuts again, and you're like, stop.
Yeah.
This
Settle
doesn't
down.
need that. It's to me it pulled away from the acting a little bit.
And I'm gonna tell you right now, the other movies are not like that.
I thought they were, because like in the original movie.
Get closer, Maya.
Oh, my bad. I said I think they're like that because like in the original movie when they're showing how the rage virus like feels within the person,
That's
like
true.
they do the editing like that. And
Is that why it went red and shit? Like when the camera would go red and weird?
Yeah,
that's new. That's weird.
Yeah.
That I didn't know what that was. Was that Alpha Vision?
Probably. It's probably just showing what they're doing at night.
Yeah.
Dude,
they chose red too.
We didn't even talk about the big dicks.
Relax. Settle down.
What
do you mean?
We're 26 minutes in and we have not talked about cock.
Yeah, relax. Settle down. We're still talking about fucking other things.
I'm jonesing.
You literally cut her off to talk about dicks?
I need it.
Oh my god.
To talk about it too.
You're like, I have thoughts.
I have thoughts.
That's a massive cock on that fucking dude, bro.
That guy's... He kind of looked like Jason Momoa.
Yeah, a lot of people have been saying that online.
He really...
He looked like, in the Kingsman, the newest Kingsman movie.
Yeah.
The guy who played Rasputin.
Yeah.
Looked like that.
Oh, a little bit. I never saw his body though.
Yeah.
But face-wise with the beard, yeah. But dude, what the
fucking soda can down.
penis? That was crazy.
Yeah.
And that was his baby, huh?
Yeah.
What do you think they would have done with that baby if they kept it?
Nurtured it.
Do you
Probably-
think so?
For it.
Probably smushed
Do you
it.
think they would have ate it?
Probably smushed it. Yeah.
You think smushed it?
Well, I don't know. It's kind of hard because there's no the closest thing there is to a scene like this is in the second one. You seen the second one?
28 weeks later, Jeremy Renner.
Okay. Do you remember when the guy kissed his wife and he got infected? Oh, well, there's a scene where a guy kisses his wife, he gets infected, and then like he like smushes her face in, like he's like protecting. It is because it kind of shows his POV a little bit, and it kind of like it's like he's protecting, but he protects it by like smushing her face in.
Like literally crushes her head?
Yeah.
Oh.
So I think that's probably what would happen, but it's kind of because
we kind of do see a little bit in this one where like
he wants to get the baby back.
Well, even the mother, like, what's the kid's name again? Spike. So
big Cowboy Bebop fans.
So his mom, what's her name?
Isla.
Oh, that's what the baby. So she like holds her hands out to the zombie woman that's like giving birth.
Yeah.
She sticks her hands out and she takes her hands, and then she gives birth, passes out. They take the baby. The Swedish dude's like, "What the fuck? Kill it! Kill her! Kill it! Kill her! Kill it!" And then they're like, "Dude, chill." And then the lady wakes up and she's like, "I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna eat you." Blah, blah, blah. I think she would have killed the baby. Like the way she was acting, it kind of like she reverted back to like pure rage.
Yeah.
Maybe the pregnancy hormones were like kind of counteracting the virus in a way, maybe. And the pain. Yeah. Are they just in constant pain?
No, they're in constant rage.
Constant rage, yeah.
It's gotta hurt, you know.
Hungry too.
They are hungry. That's in the first one. They only last like 2 or 3 months because they die of hunger.
Interesting. So they just wait. So they're quarantining. Oh, but that's probably why those fat ones eat the worms.
Yeah.
So that's like a survival mechanism.
Yeah.
Just eat the worms.
But also, like, I think there's new zombie. You know.
Oh, I remember what the kid said when he said he was mumbling. He said that the rage virus acts like steroids.
Oh yeah, because some of them get roided out.
Yeah, and that's the alpha zombies. Yeah. And then the Swedish guy's like, "We called them berserkers. What a weird thing you said."
Yeah.
Yerk.
What's
that? Oh, Yurik, his name. Oh, I thought you were going Yerp.
No. Yurik.
Oh, that guy got his dome ripped off.
A lot of dome ripping.
Yeah. Even the deer got his dome ripped.
Makes sense of those marketing posters.
Yeah. Now you kind of get it. You're like, domes get. If you go to this movie thinking, domes are gonna get ripped off.
Those soldiers,
they will get ripped off.
Those
fuck ass soldiers also.
Those soldiers could have literally just all turned around and shot him.
Yeah. It wasn't that bad.
It wasn't that many zombies. There was like 15, 20.
Yeah.
They had space.
Yeah. We see Aaron Taylor Johnson's character with a bow and arrow
take like 10 of them.
Yeah.
Just bam, bam, bam. I thought interesting shot also at the beginning, like action-wise and angle-wise. When the zombies are coming up, he's trying to get his kid up into the attic.
Yeah.
And then his kid's on his knee. The zombie's coming up. He takes his arrow, turns. Kid's still on the knee. Boom, fires an arrow. I was like, oh, that's interesting. I thought that was like cool choreography.
What was cool for me was the follow-up shot to that when there's another zombie like running up the stairs and it does the wide like look.
Yeah.
And it's like it's the zombie's perspective and then they're up the attic. Or the loft, as they say.
He does say, get in the loft.
Yeah. I gotta talk about the CGI. It's fucking bad, man. Those deer with some fuck ass $2 deer on fucking Adobe stock or whatever.
I think that like, you know, do you think that they tried to push this movie too quick?
I don't think so.
Or do you think that budget wise, that was like a very ambitious CG shot to do?
Yeah,
it's like you might have not had the budget to do that shot.
Yeah.
Like I know probably the script is like that, but you gotta make it
I
work.
compared it to the Jurassic Park, like the Stampede scene,
Mm-hmm.
because it looked like that. But the thing is, it's like it looked the same quality as that.
Yeah, I think the faraway shot was fine,
Yeah,
but then the closer it got, you were like, ugh.
also like it they did the best they could, but when they're talking about, they're like, look, the deer run free. It's like they're talking, but I'm like, I know there's no deer there.
Yeah,
Because they're kind of reacting. Like they're not reacting. They're kind of like just saying, this is what's going on right now.
look at the deers over there,
Yeah.
and you're just looking at them, not the deer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that
And then the fuck ass flies and birds also.
I see you said that, but I didn't see it. Like it didn't. I didn't see
The
it
flies were like PlayStation 2 flies.
That's so funny. Just a black circle.
No, it was like it had color to it, but like it looked really bad.
That's really funny.
And the birds also. The birds, I will say, was fine because it was at night. And
yeah, you talk about like the crows when they're following that alpha.
Yeah.
What was see that I don't understand either. It's like,
It's
do the
also
alphas have like magic powers?
But also, it was never brought up again.
No, it's just like
Because
they,
we see the alpha later on. There's no crows on them.
Yeah. That one crow was pecking at the body that Jimmy left.
Jimmy.
How you feel about Jimmy?
Well, how deep are we in?
We are
Okay.
currently, for your perspective, we are 33 minutes in.
What about your perspective?
From my perspective?
Yeah.
33 minutes in.
All right. I know what we're going to say when it comes to a thing we would change about this movie.
Uh-huh.
I think all three of us in here think that ending needed to be fucking
Holy
changed.
shit, is that weird?
It's
I
so
think-
weird. White people with dreads fucking doing parkour all over the place.
They had dreads?
They probably haven't washed their hair in a long time.
Yeah, it was just like greasy.
Okay, I didn't see
Yeah.
dreads yet. Okay, hold
But
on.
also, it was cutting around so fucking fast that I'm sure if I go back in there,
You could probably find one.
I could find one with dreads.
Dude, I think a good ending to this movie is him at the campfire, he sees the zombie, he fires the arrow.
Yeah, and then
End
cut. Yeah,
I think the ending would have been fine if. Okay, so you know how he
They weren't
gets
wearing their silly little colored clothes.
Well, that or if it's like you know how he's like cornered at the
Mhm.
thing, and then Jimmy comes in, he just offers us a hand. Offers a hand.
That's fair. Yeah,
Yeah,
I guess if you want to keep Jimmy in it, yeah.
Well, I mean they're gonna have to because it's like they're setting up for the next movie.
I'd ended here. I don't know. Yeah, you go,
Offers
Jim.
a-
I'm
offers him a
Jimmy.
hand and then just walks off.
that's how I thought it was gonna end.
Yeah.
I was
And
like,
then it kept going.
yeah, it's like,
Backflips.
hey, I'm Jimmy, and then
It kind of
And
felt
it-
like Kick-Ass.
if
You know, like in Kick-Ass when the little girl is like, and they're playing like the little like, like the like silly music when she's killing all of them in the room.
yeah,
It's like has like hyper pop like playing. That's what that was.
yeah,
It's like what the fuck.
yeah. That's yeah.
Some of them I guess had cool weapons, but then you're like they're British people with
British people
nunchucks.
in tracksuits.
in tracksuits with nunchucks, all blonde.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, is there something that's maybe, I know we speak the same language, but is there maybe something that's lost in translation? Like, do you think a British person is looking at that and going, ha,
Oi,
oh, he
that's
fucking,
fucking banging,
Yeah.
man.
He's like those tracksuits.
yeah, I know exactly who this is.
I got the same tracksuit back home, I do.
Hey, who doesn't know a blonde guy named Jimmy? Yeah,
Dude, this movie is gonna go great with the
I-
chavs.
I legit thought that Jimmy was gonna be like some Negan type character.
Uh-huh.
Because he's like, his name is scribbled out throughout the whole fucking movie.
Yeah, he's like etched on buildings, carved into the body of a
Yeah.
guy.
It gives Negan. Negan had that like leather jacket look.
Yeah.
Jimmy has
Tracksuit.
Tracksuits
He's
and a
British
tiara.
British tracksuit, tiara,
He had a
upside
tiara?
down cross.
Yeah, he had like a little gold,
Yeah, he had like a little.
if not like those hair bands or whatever.
It looked like a tiara though.
It
a little
looked- yeah.
Jesus-y, huh?
Yeah.
Well, he had the upside down
So
cross.
yeah, but very interesting that he's the little boy at the beginning of the movie. Because again, I thought that was supposed to be Aaron Taylor Johnson.
I also thought so.
And you know that's what they were probably doing, and they were like, they're gonna freak out for this. And it's like Jimmy was the guy with the
Jimmy.
cross.
Yeah.
His dad was fucking insane.
Yeah, his dad was bananas.
Well, apple doesn't fall too far from the tree.
Well,
does it?
you know, he might have turned out normal if it wasn't for that.
Also, like, it goes, stay in this room, don't make a noise. Don't turn off the Teletubbies either.
Yeah, they had Teletubbies playing that room, and the zombies came in.
Don't lock the door.
Was that right at the beginning of the pandemic?
That's what I'm getting.
Yeah.
I think they knew about it already because they're.
But it was like, oh, it's here now.
Yeah, because they were in the coast, and so it starts in the city.
Do we know how it started?
People broke into a animal research facility, and there was a monkey infected with like the rage virus, super rabies, and then animal activists break in to free the monkey. They get bit, and they get.
So that's the message of the movie: is we shouldn't free animals. We shouldn't free animals.
They're locked up for a reason. They are subservient to man for a reason.
That's why the deer gets its head ripped off.
Exactly. But I will say, in terms of like, maybe not tone but theme, there is theme throughout the, like, what's it called, all three movies, where it's like family dynamics or like patriarchal dynamics.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because in the first one, you really only spend the first hour in London.
Oh, in the first movie?
Yeah, you really spend.
So that's where it started.
Yes.
Ah.
Or yeah.
And then the other movies take place where?
London also.
Oh.
But let me get to that. But yeah, in the first one, it starts in London, and the character wakes up in London and escapes it. He escapes it in the first hour because he's following like a radio broadcast, and then you find out that the radio broadcast is like military personnel, and like they're they're fucking kidnapping women and like enslaving them. They're using like the virus to like establish like a power.
Oh, I see.
There.
So they're like taking advantage of the fall of man.
Yes, exactly. And what's crazy, it's only 28 days in.
That's crazy.
Like a month in.
Do you think they were like, we got the power?
It was literally like, I think that's
we can do whatever we want now.
It's how it came off in the because it literally went. It was like they always had those tendencies and those thoughts, and literally they saw the opportunity and took it to do that.
As man will do.
And then the second one is also like it's like the dynamic of like abusive father to mother, and like how that leads to things, because the zombies are always going to be background to some sort of familial theme, and we see that in this one
with the alpha zombie.
The alpha zombie, and then also Aaron Taylor Johnson being a fuck
shitty
ass
dad.
Yeah.
Him cheating on his cancer riddled wife, and then like slapping his son in the face is crazy.
Hard slap too.
Slap, yeah.
Fucking not a little.
Aaron Taylor Johnson meant that.
Yeah.
He didn't like that kid.
He's like, fucking, what you call Spike, you fucking little. Yeah, he was drunk.
You named me, Dad.
Yo, your mum named me, not me.
Dude, and he goes, if Mum dies, you're gonna be with Rosie. Wha-bam!
Yeah. Don't ask me about that.
Watch your mouth.
Yeah.
Then he pulls the knife on his dad, and then he just fucking snatches the knife, and he goes, "Here you go."
Yeah, whatever. Punch a wall real quick.
He double tapped that wall.
Yeah.
Bam, bam. Then he went downstairs. Probably went to go bang Rosie again.
Yeah. Hey, Rosie, I can't fucking. Yeah.
That was another reason why I thought that, like, in the movie, she didn't have cancer, but the virus was mutating. Because it was like he had, like, a lot of rage inside of him. And I was like...
That's true.
I was like, is it also passing on to him? Because they're, like, family?
Or, like, through, like, osmosis.
I guess.
Well, they kiss also.
Nah.
Barely.
There's no love in those kisses.
Well, it doesn't pass through love. It passes through spit.
There's not enough spit. No, love equals spit, buddy. But what do you call it? I thought the rage virus baiting that they were doing with that was like, he's like, here's some bacon for you, Mom. Like, ooh, meat. I thought that was like a thing.
And then we even get a follow-up close-up to the bacon shot.
Yeah.
That was weird.
That was like, I was like, huh? I don't know. Like, do you think that, like, the ending, like, they workshopped it in any way? Or, like, do you think that, like, it shifted kind of, like, as they went on and they were like, well, we already shot all this?
I think maybe there's a degree of truth to that, but from kind of, like, the beginning of this, like, movie's, like, development cycle, you've always heard that there's going to be a follow-up, like, sequel and follow up trilogy. And
So
then,
it had to be like a red herring then.
yeah, but
They're
then
just red herring.
but then as time went on, you definitely like because when you hear sequel, you would think, get your fucking feet off me.
Get your paws off me, you damn dirty. What do they call them in this movie? Infecteds?
Yeah.
What is there? Is there another thing they called?
Well, the Swedish guy calls them zombies.
Yeah.
Oh, you fucking zombie!
Oh, okay, all right.
But yeah,
It sounded Australian.
yeah, I
Yeah,
know.
that was very Australian.
I know. I was just gonna talk past it.
Nah, not me.
Yeah.
Thank you, Maya.
I was gonna say something. Nah, I fucking lost it. It was there. Now it's gone.
It's fairy
Yeah,
dust.
It's not real.
Huh?
So just like the Australians.
Just like the Australians?
You don't think they're real?
They are not real. Just like the Italians.
Yeah, not
I
real.
have Australian cousins. You telling me they're not real?
Are they born there?
Yeah.
Why
Not
are
real.
you related to them?
I can be related to people from Australia.
Wait.
No.
Are they like second generation Australian or first generation Australian?
I think like third, maybe.
Not real.
They're not real.
No, they're second generation.
Also not real.
Okay.
What are native Australians called? Like Bunurong?
Kangaroos.
Bunurong? No, don't say that. Bunurong, I think.
Yeah,
At least that's a
I just
tribe.
know the old term, not the
It's the old term.
Aboriginals.
Aboriginals?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
I've heard that. I think Bunurong is like a tribe.
Yeah.
Boomerang.
Nope. Maya. I hope you're quiet enough to not be heard.
Yeah.
I hope so too.
That's what everyone who's ever met Maya has ever said.
She's pouting now. Joe made her sad.
You made the Australians sad by not saying it
They're
right.
not real.
No.
Not gonna make them sad.
No. Current Australians are not real. Native Australians
Oh
are.
yeah, native Australians are real.
Yes. Thank you, Maya.
I'm moving on.
All right. What's another point you think we should hit on this movie? For here's the thing that I'll give it. The stuff in the movie, and I think that some movies get plagued by this nowadays, is they're trying to do a lot.
Yeah.
This movie was not trying to do a lot. It was like, here's what it's doing. It's the kid wants to get his mom to the doctor,
Kid explores, sees that there's a fucking doctor out there.
and it's very much like a
yeah.
you know where it's going, but you know again, there's a lot of red herrings.
Yeah.
But so I think some movies they try to incorporate too many plot points.
Yeah.
This movie there's a few, like there's the thing with the baby zombie or the baby from the zombie that's not a zombie.
Yeah. Because of
And
the magic of the placenta.
The magic of the placenta is what Rafe Fiennes says.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's like the little tiny bit where Aaron Taylor Johnson's cheating on his wife.
Yeah.
And it's like, and then there's a little bit of a with the Swedish guy. And then his crew dies. And it's like, oh, well, all of it really is just this little story that's
then
happening.
he dies. And then Ray finds in his Tower of the Dead.
You know what? Him having that tower, you're like, no, you're fucking crazy. You're like,
Yeah.
what the fuck?
At first, it was like, it's fine. Like, you're just burning bodies. Now I'm like, okay.
Oh shit! You built all
you're,
this.
You're a little loose in the head there.
Yeah, you gotta be if you're alone for that long.
Yeah.
But really, he came off as pretty well, like.
You know, he rationalized it, and it's like, you know, memento mori. We're always gonna remember him if we see him here.
Yeah.
It's a monument to them.
But he's also not precious about it, which I
Yeah.
kind of also appreciated.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, you're really level-headed about this whole thing.
I'm not gonna lie. You're gonna turn my mom into a skull. Wait till I'm gone.
Nah, he needed that. He needed it. He needed it in that moment.
He needed it. I don't.
No. You needed it.
I'm like, look, man, just do that when I'm out of here.
Here's the thing. I think it kind of ties back to how Aaron Taylor Johnson just was always lying to him.
Yeah.
It's like he was lying to him about everything.
denying the truth of
what was going on with his mom, lying about fucking
killing the zombies.
That chick, lying about him killing zombies, exaggerating. And it's like, if you were just open with your kid and had that conversation about like, look, we all will die. And it sucks, but let's just take care of her and give her the best life she got. But no, he wanted to string his kid along basically, and he took him out like way too early also.
They even comment on it. They go, 12 is too young.
Yeah, usually it's 14, 15 they take him out.
Yeah.
He's like, nah, he's good enough. He's good. That's my boy.
He's ready. He
It's
like me.
So he's living up to what now? You know, it's
Yeah.
like, oh, he's living up to you, pop.
And I think he's even a better version of what his dad is, in my opinion.
You'd hope.
Because, he's like, I'm going to come back when I want to come back.
Yeah, he's like, I'm gonna walk until I can't see the ocean. It's like,
Just go behind the mountain.
I think he means like horizon,
Huh?
horizon to horizon. He doesn't want to see the ocean.
Oh. He wants it in front
He wants
of him.
to see the horizon, but no ocean. And it's like, okay, all right, I get. This kid's traumatized. I get it.
Yeah.
He's going through it.
Yeah.
He's 12 and he's shooting fish with an arrow and
And then went, this zombie baby? I'm going to drop it off with my dad. He was cool for the most part.
I know he put that. He even crazy that he didn't lie about that baby either.
Yeah.
He could have.
Someone in the village went, fuck it, smash its head in.
Kill it. Yeah, because it's like then that means that like one, it's weird that the rage virus people can reproduce.
Yeah.
It all works still. It's all there. It's just the brain is not right.
Yeah, they're people with the like. They have to eat. They have to they have to poop.
They probably poop like horses just while they walk.
Probably. I don't think they squat over.
They got penis like horses. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Another weird thing, the ass shots of the alpha.
Dude, there was so much ass in this
forgot about
movie.
that. Like when he's like standing
Yeah.
in the mountain, like staring off at him, it's just like leg, ass, and then.
I think Danny Boyle's a pervert.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think he's got to be.
I don't doubt it.
Well, here's the thing.
I mean, hopefully he's a harmless pervert, just a pervert, but
Like you.
thank you.
Yeah. Here's the thing. I know that this is kind of me going like, why aren't they doing this? I understand how it sounds. Why are you knocking the alpha out? Just fucking cave its head in.
Oh, Ray Fiennes' character?
Yeah.
So what I don't know if necessarily this is what they were going for, but it's like the do no harm kind of guy. Where it's like, do you think that he still sees them as like people? It's possible because again, like it's like he's like, oh, it sedates him, it keeps him like that. I just stay away from him.
He names them.
He names them. He calls him Samson.
Yeah.
Samson got a huge dick. Samson,
Good on, man.
good on you.
Also, another weird shot is when he knocks out the alpha,
And then he crouches
Yeah, and he's like
by his
like,
dick
real
and
close
balls.
shots
Yeah.
of his dick,
Dude,
yeah.
they gotta.
That was
Can they
really
shave?
crazy.
Can the?
No.
Samson could shave him. I mean, not Samson. The doctor can say. I was like,
He sedates them to shave their pubes.
yeah,
Keeps
trims
moving.
them.
It prevents disease from spreading.
Yeah, that guy's fucking jacked too.
He was huge. Like he did have steroid body.
Yeah. Well, the rage virus acts like steroids.
Do you think
To
they got a
some.
guy that they were like, we need you on steroids? And he's like, already there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His balls were suspiciously small.
Yeah, his balls were tiny comparative to his
I did not
penis.
catch that at all.
It was hidden in the bush.
Yeah.
Probably. There you go. Too small to see.
Exactly. You saw the penis though.
Yeah.
Well, it's because he had such a large penis that I think.
You
overshadowed.
saw that when he was running from like miles.
And what's crazy is the groin was in shadow.
Dude,
The dick was bouncing up
what
out
do you
of the
call it?
shadow.
The silhouette of his penis was so prominent.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Is that man's actual penis?
It has to be.
It has to be.
I hope
You
it is.
think that actor is online right now, like
Yeah, he's like
Just going like,
gassing himself up, like,
But-
goddamn.
maybe they,
That's my dick.
Yeah.
On screen.
maybe,
you.
or maybe he already knew. Maybe the casting call was, you need a ginormous
I
penis.
bet.
Oh yeah.
I bet there is something about that.
Yeah.
I don't doubt it.
Like, your dick will be on screen.
Well, because he's also called the alpha. So it's like, oh, he's got to have the biggest dick.
Yeah. But see, I'm going to say right now, it's, the rage virus acts like steroids sometimes. Sometimes they just get fat and crawl around looking for worms.
They're hungry.
Eh. Maybe that's what happens to like some of them. After a certain point, something happens,
Maybe.
They
but-
just blow it up.
Oh, maybe they're about to fucking...
Because they look really bloated. Like,
They are
Yeah.
very bloated. They're like wet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Slimy. Too.
Slimy.
They had, like, mucus on them.
Yeah.
Real nasty.
They might be about ready to croak.
Probably.
Maybe that's like the late stage of it. Well, they're kind of like decomposers in a way too, right? Like they're eating like the worms, and they're like crawling around the forest.
You know, when we had seen them sitting in that church, that was another reason why I thought the virus had like mutated.
Cause she
bagged its damn head and caved its head in.
Really like killed the thing.
Yeah, in rage and didn't remember.
Yeah.
Maybe cancer is a form of the virus.
Yeah. Sometimes he says things so ridiculous you can't.
So ridiculous that it kind of makes sense in this universe.
Yeah. But see, again, that's the thing too. It's like there's so much. The big thing that pisses me off about this movie is so much like sequel bait,
like red herrings and sequel baiting.
Yeah, because there's a lot of. I know that in the next one's not gonna have any answers, fucking either.
Do you think I think that there's gonna be like it's gonna be answers, but in a real throwaway fashion.
Yeah.
Where it's like, oh, we learned that there's, it stemmed from breast cancer, and it's like,
women are the real rage virus.
Maya. That's what periods are.
Oh.
You know, that's probably why that infected pregnant lady didn't have it, because she didn't have her period. She was pregnant.
Whoa!
Oh my God,
I ain't never seen no old zombies.
But then the moment that kid came out, rage.
She's right back on her cycle.
Yeah.
Goddamn.
There's some fuck ass out there that's like.
He's like, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You know,
he goes, what's the problem with that? It's true.
I did like that Swedish guy was like, oh, why you guys call them alphas? What are they, stockbrokers?
Yeah.
He doesn't think of alphas in the term of like the lead in the pack or whatever.
Yeah.
He's all like alphas, like fucking.
Like incels?
Yeah.
I thought that was really funny.
Yeah, that's why we call him Berserk.
Yeah.
Berserker makes more sense.
Yeah, that does make more sense.
Yeah. But also they're Swedish. They call everything a berserker.
Do they?
They don't call them periods. They call them berserkers.
Yeah. Oh, she's on her berserkers. It's all right.
I found interesting also like the very short meta commentary that they had on plastic surgery
and
iPhones.
Yeah. He goes, well, in a second, it's just going to be a brick, you know?
But for now, I can look at my ex-fiancé.
He's like, oh, you don't know what online is.
Yeah. There's so many things. Like, he kept going down the rabbit hole of, like...
He's like, you don't know what that is. You don't know what that is. You know, he's like a delivery driver.
Yeah. I said what I thought was funny. I don't know if Arik found it funny, but a funny thing, like, he throws his phone, and the kid goes, we have phones.
We have chargers.
We just don't use them because there's no cell towers.
He's from a part of the world that doesn't have the virus anymore.
Yeah.
The virus is contained, right?
Yeah.
As far as we know.
Well, it's in the mainland.
Of the UK.
But that wouldn't make sense because it's like they're in that contained part, but there is no development of technology.
Yeah.
So it's
But the virus is only on mainland UK?
Yeah, it was pushed back from continental Europe.
So they fully got rid of it in continental Europe.
Yeah, it's only in that place.
Why don't they just fucking nuke it?
Because you solve one problem by fucking creating another one?
What's the other problem?
You fucking radiation?
Yeah.
All of Europe.
That goes like in 30 years. You're fine.
It's not on brand for the British. The only people that ever used nukes were Americans, brother.
No.
Also, like, British government's collapsed at this point. Like,
well, there's other countries in the EU that have nukes. There's many. France themselves, Germany.
Yeah, well, I don't know.
Blast the damn Zambonis, bro.
How do you think Ireland's holding up in all of this?
They're having a great time.
Yeah? Okay.
They're not mainland. I don't even know if that's...
either.
Huh?
Where they were from, that wasn't mainland either. That was what was
Well, like,
that?
kinda.
They're like Scottish, but...
They're like an offset, like...
Is Scottish mainland?
No.
Is Scottish not its own island?
Scotland is...
I will give
a
one-time thing to look at a map of the United Kingdom.
Alright, I'll pull up a...
I know Wales is fucked.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's like northern.
Fuck people from Wales. Their freaking accent sucks.
They sound a bit like this.
They have that weird fuck-ass town that has every single letter in the goddamn alphabet.
I thought you were about to say Allahu Akbar.
Why would I say that?
I don't know. thought you were trying to be rude.
Let me see.
Alright.
Punch it in. Punch it in. Oh no, Scotland's connected.
Oh.
Glasgow's up there,
Oh yeah, Scotland forever.
but Ireland's having a great time.
Yeah, they're chilling. Were they on the Isle of Man?
No, I don't think
Where
so.
were they? Oh, they were here, huh? I remember the map now. I understand it now.
They were like here, probably.
Oh, they must have been like one of these or one of these.
It has to be that smaller one closer to land.
This right here?
Able to walk that.
Yeah. You know.
It's based.
They
I
jump cut around it.
I know the location is like, I think real.
Oh.
They did not make it up.
Yeah.
It's something.
I did not know Scotland was part of mainland.
Liverpool.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that we'll keep it on this for now. I think overall, I think that in like
Jersey.
Jersey, the Jersey Isle.
Hell yeah.
Fucking Gabagoo, am I right?
Yeah, that's where they came from. Because that's why we have New Jersey.
Yeah.
That's just Jersey.
All the fuck asses in regular Jersey can.
Well, that's also why there's York in the UK.
It was originally New Amsterdam.
Old New York was once New Amsterdam. Yeah. Why'd they change it? I can't say. People just liked it better that way. But now Istanbul is Constantinople.
Istanbul is Constantinople. No.
Istanbul was Constantinople. Now it's Istanbul, not Constantinople. Do you know there might be giants, Maya?
I'm not one of them.
That's true. You're a tiny, tiny lady.
They're the ones who sang the Malcolm in the Middle theme song.
She's a piece of dust.
What?
Just a speck.
Ain't no giant. Joseph?
Yeah.
Maya?
Yeah.
How many large penises out of 10 do you give this movie?
Ask me how many big booms I give it.
How many big booms do you
Are you
give
gonna do a big boom?
Yeah.
We can't. It's trademarked.
No,
Can't do it.
Oh, is it?
No.
Oh.
I just didn't want to hear
What
big
if
boom.
I do my half booms? I was doing half booms last night at Olive Garden.
Go ahead. Half? What?
Well, how many half booms do you give this movie out of 10?
I give it 2.5.
2.5?
Out of 10?
You give it a 2.5?
Oh, out of 10?
Yeah.
Oh, I do booms out of 5. My bad.
Oh, okay. Fair.
Because that's how it is.
How many booms out of 5 do you give this?
2.5.
2.5 booms
Yeah.
out of 5?
Full booms or half booms?
I just said 2.5. Ready? Boom! Boom! Boom!
Thank you.
Boom!
Big ol'. Joseph, how many booms out of 10 do you give this movie?
I'm not doing booms.
I'll do them for you.
No, I'm good. I'll do 6.
You say 6?
I'll do 6.
I was going to say 6 as well.
Yeah.
This is out of 10?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh.
So to scale yours up, it's 5 booms out of 10. Maya, 5 booms?
Boom! 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 Boom!
Thank you.
There you go.
We have... Mom, I want the Costco guys. We have Costco guys at home, honey. Costco guys at home.
It's Costco girl.
Costco girls. Ooh, they should make it. Why don't they come out with the Costco girls?
He doesn't like his wife.
Yeah.
He's busy wrestling.
Yeah. Is he a wrestler?
Now he is.
Sometimes.
Sometimes. AEW.
I did not know that.
Yeah, sometimes.
It was an after the fact thing.
Good for him.
Yeah, but yeah, I would like to give it more, but I just, maybe 2, 3, and 4 of whatever this trilogy is, like really ties it together. But again, I seriously doubt. Like
it's that tone. The tone is so strange.
Yeah.
It goes weirdly like here's the thing is if you ever want to make a movie, if anyone's listening to this that is using this as a guide for some reason.
Yeah.
This podcast as a guide to make a movie. You have to, if you're having tonal changes in your movie, 1, don't make it be jarring. 2, make sure it's a good tonal change.
Yeah.
3, just be aware of how weird it is. Like,
I've seen enough movies that really, like, if you fuck up the ending bad enough, it can ruin the whole
really
movie.
spoils it. Because I think my mind going into it, I was like, it started shaky kind of with the editing, and I was like, whatever on it. And then they started, like, they were on the mainland, and I was like, okay.
It got normal.
It got normal. Yeah.
You know?
And so, like, it started low, went a little higher, and then the doctor got introduced, and I was like, oh? And then the ending happened, and I was like, oh.
Yeah.
And then I was like, what the hell?
I would have liked to have seen this with a full theater to see like, I didn't hear the people behind us laughing, but I know we were laughing.
We were giggling. There was only 2 other people in that theater with us.
Yeah.
It was me, Joe, Maya, and then 2 fuckheads.
Keep in mind, we went in at 2:40 p.m.
We did go in on 2:40 p.m. on a Monday?
On a Monday.
So,
yeah.
Not prime time.
But also, like, sometimes it's nice to just be in the movie theater by yourself.
We had a good idea where, was it Maya that said it? Where it's like, record the podcast in here?
That was Joe.
He never gives me credit for the good
Well,
stuff.
no, I think Maya said something that led to you saying it.
What did I say?
Maya asked you, when are you going to shoot the podcast? And then you said, right now.
Yeah.
And then Maya said, you mean like right here, right now?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the...
We're still in the theaters.
We are...
Shh.
Oh, sorry.
The guy's sweeping.
Yeah, sorry. We'll be out soon.
Hey, get out of here, you crazy bunch of kids. What is that? One of them their podcasts?
Who spilled their popcorn all over the seats? It's so sticky.
Do a voice, man. Do a voice.
Oh, I got shy.
What did you say?
Take that away from me.
She got shy.
It reminded her of... Sorry.
You're nasty.
She got flashbacks from the movie. From when Ray finds Crouch Down.
You're nasty.
You're nasty.
Boo. Boo. If you think Ark is a pervert, go ahead and give him a big boom. Boom!